My name is Michaela Hughes, and I want to be a writer. Writing stories has been a long hobby of mine, and I've been doing it ever since I was about 7 years old. I have about 15 notebooks in my room. Right now, I'm working on a 32-page story on my computer, which is in the office. Many of my stories these days are fan fictions, as most teenage girls. But I have gotten my stories published in books. This story right here is about a girl who has a famous uncle. So, I will now read a little bit from this story. Okay. Ring, 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 my alarm screams in my left ear. I groan and turn it off by throwing it on the floor. Don't break my alarm, my Uncle Simon says, walking in. You know it, my Uncle is Simon Cowell. I roll my eyes and sit up. Great. Get up and get dressed, he replies, throwing a dress on my bed. I look at it and get out of bed. I slide on a black dress and get my makeup and hair fixed while I meet my uncle in the car. We drive to his studio and walk into the recording room. I sit in the chair and watch him as he messes with the soundboard up in the front of the room. Can I try something, I ask? My uncle nods and I change the beating in the background. Then a guy walks in and says, "Good tune." I'm like, "Thank you." That was part of my story. I still have like 15 chapters to it. Another one of my stories comes from my notebook, or the book. This one is about a girl who is running from her ex-boyfriend because he terrifies her. My inspiration comes from a lot of things. My family, the songs I read and write, and the books that I read. Music is a huge inspiration because a lot of the lyrics mean a story about something that is true and or that is related to a person or the way that they feel. I write my own songs occasionally, and when I do, I really try and dig deep to find the lyrics, because I believe that it's not music if it's not true what you're singing. I recently watched a video that my dad had showed me, and it was about the song Highway Don't Care. The video was very inspiring, and I do plan on writing stuff like that. My dad is a huge inspiration to some of the stories I do write. Occasionally, the stories that I do write are about him. My mom is a huge inspiration to me because she's so loving and caring. She makes up one of my main characters in one of my stories. But it's a very mature story. I recently watched Struck by Lightning, which has Glee's main character in it. That movie really touched my heart because the guy, the main character, was also a writer like me. I guess you could say I would want to be in the writers club at my high school. My stories are a fabulous way for me to express all of my imagination. I think it's great for kids to actually be able to read and write.